1-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsocket.radio.com. And now, let's join the Coffee Ann panel.
It's Coffee Ann here on ON Radio. Slight timing issue right there. That's why we didn't have the news, but that's the way it goes. It is time for Coffee Ann. This is Joe Callahan. Joining me at the Coffee Ann table, Melissa Murray. Good morning to you there, Melissa.
Good morning, Joe.
And Dave Richards. Hello there, Dave.
Well, I'm sure we'll weave a little news into the show for those news addicts out there who haven't had their fix
No
yet.
news for you.
So we had our first segment sponsor, by the way, of the Coffee Ann program is the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce.
How did you know that?
You can look. It says it right here,
Okay.
and you can look it up online at nrichamber.com. Do you have anything else you want to add to?
Of course, the annual celebration is coming up on February the 28th, which is a week from next Tuesday, from 4:45 to 7:30 p.m. It is not sold out yet, and if you'd like to go, because it's going to be at a huge place. See, how can you sell out at Bally's Twin River Lincoln Casino Resort? It's a pretty big place. They'll be giving away the Barbara Burlingame Award, given to the Rhode Island elected official who has made outstanding contributions to the business community. Could it be a senator we know? I don't know. We'll find out. And the Ben Mondor Award, of course, given to the individual who goes above and beyond philanthropically within the community. So no, it isn't. We know who wins the awards. They've already announced them already. I'm having fun, and everybody's giving me blank looks over here. I'm have some fun. I figured I'd get a little rise out of Joe, but no. The Honorable K. Joseph Sicarchi, Speaker of the House of Representatives, the Barbara Burlingame Award, and Chris Whitten, a broker owner of Premier Real Estate, is the Ben Mondor Award winner. And that's coming up on the 28th. Of course, then, if you're a chamber member like myself, you would come in and you would see in your inbox the list of all the wonderful events coming up in March. We have Networking Coffee Hour on Wednesday, March the 1st, HR Roundtable on March the 8th with employer incentives for hiring and the consequences thereof. March 21st, Cheers for 3 years for the Woonsocket Business Council at the Guild in Pawtucket. That's their anniversary party. They do love to party, those ladies. And the Eggs and Issues Breakfast in March is going to be on the 30th of March, and it's Senate President Dominic Ruggiero, somebody you've met.
Once or twice.
Right, at the Kirkbrae Country Club. So there you go. Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce. The Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce, I'll say it again 3 times. The Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce, 334-1000. Call up and find out how chamber membership can assist you in your business.
Thanks, Dave. All right, we did have a note that was called in early to start off the program.
Seriously?
No, yeah.
They can't wait?
No, they got to get to this one first. Okay, fine. Why must an individual, this is all a rhetorical question, really,
Oh, I see.
But we'll get your opinions anyway. Why must an individual purchase 2 guns or more? And what's more, why does the NRA and the Bill of Rights not adhere to it? One for protection, and that's it. A single weapon, and no more, like a handgun. What are we going to let these mass murders that happen every single week just go on? Oh, wait a minute. You got to be careful. When you do your weekly groceries, I might get shot. Well, there's nothing in the Constitution.
There's a lot in that message
says,
there, Joe.
That's a lot to unpack.
Some of it's a little emotional.
You can have more than one gun. And there are collectors. People
Well,
collect
not only
guns.
that, but
people
Joe,
collect
I mean,
knives.
listen,
People collect cars. People
Anybody
collect.
who's watched the Steven Seagal movie knows you have to have more than one gun because you don't have time to reload.
Why would you watch a Steven Seagal
So just pick up another one that's already loaded ahead of time and start shooting with that one. No, I'm being sarcastic.
Of course you are, Dave.
I'm assuming that this person probably doesn't include guns for hunting because people do
Of
that
course.
for sport.
Mm-hmm.
So
and food.
and food.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Well,
right.
I mean,
People
they
will
should.
have rifles. They will have handguns, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I personally feel like if you're going to hunt something and shoot it, you should consume
You should
it.
eat it. Yeah.
That's the right thing to do.
There's nothing in the Bill of Rights that says you can't. It just says you can have guns. You can't. It doesn't limit you to how many you can have.
That's right.
So
Right.
Well,
that's why.
it was a thing back in the 16s and 1700s where they would disarm the public so that the despots could have their way with them. Mm-hmm. But then they got out the pitchforks and torches and things like that, and the despots realized, well, we're not going to disarm them anyway. So
Well, I know, just because guns are so different now, and I think the guns that this person is talking about are the guns that were specifically made for one reason, which is to kill a lot of people in a short amount of time. Mm-hmm. And this person's right. You don't need to own that type of gun.
I have to pick a point with you on that, Melissa, because I think you're a little careless in your choice of words. That these guns are designed only to kill a lot of people. No, they can destroy whatever they're pointed at and fire, and if it's a people, okay. But they're not designed to kill people unless they were designed for the military.
Correct. Right. And only the military should have, in my opinion, and I speak only for myself, only the military should have those type of weapons.
Okay. But people who are in the military and now separated from the service perhaps became attached to those guns and like to use them for sport.
Yes, and that's a slippery slope because, obviously these folks are trained and they know how to use a weapon responsibly, presumably. But then it is a slippery slope.
If it ever came out where the government said, okay, you can only own one gun, people are just going to own more than one because they're just going to buy it on the black market.
Sure.
You're never going to stop people from having more than one.
Well, that's the old, boy, that gets old. That's the old, see what happened with Prohibition? You can't pass a law nobody will obey. And you must get that a lot down in Providence when discussions come along.
Oh, yeah,
of,
sure.
Okay, let's pass this law, but yeah, right. But then you got to try to enforce it, and it's not worth it. The enforcement is more costly than the damage that's caused without
and who's
the law.
going to enforce it? Right. That's always a question. Well, who's going to enforce it? And how are we going to fund them? Those are good questions to ask. But I mean, when you go back to guns, do I feel like there is a need for folks to have weapons that are capable of shooting and murdering a lot of people or injuring a lot of people in a very short amount of time? I don't. And I know this is a hot, button issue, and it's folks will agree with me vehemently and folks will disagree with me vehemently, but that's how I feel personally. I just think that, people typically don't have weapons now to go out and shoot their food, although there are people who go out and hunt and who teach their kids to hunt and handle guns responsibly, which I think is a really good thing. And I wish more people would do that.
Okay. Moving on to other things. This is good news. The head coach of the Boston Celtics from Rhode Island, Joe Mazzulla, they took the interim title away from him and said, you're the actual head coach now. So good for him.
Awesome.
The Celtics are playing great. At the All-Star break, they were 42-17 on the year, and things are looking well for them as well as the Bruins. But the Johnston native is now the head coach of the Boston Celtics for the foreseeable future. So,
well, what happens to
good.
the Odom, whatever his name was?
that would be Ime.
Udoka, right?
I
right.
thought he was hired by the Nets, but I could be wrong on that. I don't know where he went.
But they told him, well, you can work.
You're not working here anymore.
Yeah, you can't work here anymore. Well,
Yeah.
they didn't say anymore. There was a suspension thing.
Yeah.
And then when you come back,
He's not coming back.
Okay.
You've been suspended indefinitely in the hopes that another team will pick you up. I thought he was picked up by another team, but I'm not positive on that. So I'm sure the Celtics have cut ties with him completely. So he won't be coming back. So.
Well, the team's doing well, so you got to expect this, right?
Yeah, we'll stay with what's leading us well now, and let's stick with it. So that's what they're going to do. So we talked about it a little bit yesterday, but Richard Leach, Superior Court judge, that was a really much worse accident than I first imagined.
Yeah, it's so that happened on Wednesday after Education Committee, I believe that everyone was
About 6:30, I'm told.
Yep.
Oh, so
and
kinda
so much,
dark.
dark, kind of dark right in front of the State House, and we've had so many pedestrian accidents in front of the State House. There's a huge speed bump
Visibility's
ginormous.
lousy there, though,
It is
because you're coming
because you're
up
going
over
up
the
a
hill.
hill and then going back down a hill.
Right.
So
I also hear
Capitol
he
Hill.
wasn't in those.
he was not in the
crosswalk.
crosswalk.
That's
yeah.
wrong. I mean, not that she
So
should
what
get
did
hit by a
so
car.
what did
but-
he so what did he do? Park in the DOH parking lot?
Probably. Yeah. I mean, I'm terrified to cross that street.
Yeah.
I don't have to, luckily, because I get,
But there's
park
a
on the other
30-foot
side, but
wide crosswalk.
There is, and it's right on the top of the hill. So
Mm-hmm.
some folks will cross a little bit farther down. So
Mm-hmm.
when someone's coming up the hill,
Do they have
and
those
over the
yellow
hill-
flashing lights go off if someone's in the crosswalk?
No, this is Providence. They're not up to date like Woonsocket. I meant
Really?
that.
Okay.
Seriously.
Actually, that would
I've-
be a really good idea.
I've
Oh,
come to
yeah.
embrace that because, you
Yes.
know, as you're coming up
I-
Social Street,
I look for that
you're
light.
looking at the traffic because you
Yeah.
just got through a red light or something.
Yeah.
You're looking at the traffic trying to cut you off. Are they going in the right direction for the lane they're in?
Mm-hmm.
Because we always saw a lot of accidents that way when we were down on Social Street. But as you're coming around the corner, you can't see if anybody's at that crosswalk
Yeah.
as you go into the intersection. To have that flashing light before you enter the intersection, I find to be a comfort because then my eyes are wide open. I'm looking for the person.
yeah.
I also look for it at the crossing where World War II Park is, right by the
Yeah,
Burger
yeah,
King.
yeah.
I'm looking for the light just to see if it's
Although,
flashing.
no, I found
And the one on Clinton Street.
on the
Yeah.
one on Social Street, people cross without pushing the button.
That
They do,
Chief Oates has
but-
talked about that quite often
Yeah,
with
right.
this, and they go, "We want you to use it, and you're not."
But at Kennedy Manor,
They do use it.
they use
Yep,
it all the time.
They do, and I think it's a really good location for that. It's
That is one of the most
Well
outstanding
traversed, yeah.
things that the Baldelli Hunt administration has put in
Those-
to the
those
city.
flashing
I
lights.
really believe it. That is outstanding.
Well, next time you're in Providence, get a hold of Brett Smiley, new Providence mayor. and
Yeah,
say,
right.
This is what we need.
Give Lisa
at
a
the
call.
State House.
yeah.
Give Lisa a
yeah.
call. Find out how she did it.
How she got him here?
Yeah.
That she can tell Brett how to do it,
Sure.
Why not?
because that's what's
Mayor to
needed.
mayor.
That's what's needed.
Very proud
down
of
there
our
in
city for
Providence.
that. Very proud.
General Assembly news. You can weigh on this if you want, Melissa, or not. But Bally's is looking for approval for online betting. It wants to offer online slots and table games at Twin River and in Tiverton. And Bally's says that the state would get over $93 million in revenue in the first year
Well, that's an estimate.
of online
yeah.
wagering. How they come up with that number? Well, smarter minds
people
than us
deal
come-
with
they come up
gambling
that.
and
It is.
numbers.
It is a guess.
It's a pro forma.
It's a guesstimate.
It's a guesstimate. Is right.
Yeah.
They got to base it on
Dangle enough dollars in front of a legislator and they start
that's,
salivating.
That's what they.
Right.
That's what they got to do. And
Think of all the wonderful things we could spend that on.
have you seen this come up down there in Providence yet? Or is it
Oh
a
yeah,
bra-
yeah.
you
Folks
have?
folks are talking about it.
Are
Yep,
they
absolutely.
in favor? Are they nodding
It's
up and
looking
down,
like
or-
it's probably going to happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
I had to guess,
It's got a fair wind behind it.
I think so.
Okay.
I do.
Well.
Well,
I don't
they want
care
it.
because I'm not a
I don't
gambler.
care. Well, it doesn't affect
Well, I
you.
mean,
so.
I've gambled, but not in a casino.
Yeah.
But-
Well, now you don't have to. You can do it from home.
I mean,
that's the
like,
whole idea.
Well, whatever. I'm just saying that I never was in favor of gambling for me. If other people like
Mm-hmm.
it, I said this over and over and over again. The fabulous Denise just loves to go play the slot machines, but she loves the game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at home she has a computer with the slot machine games on it. No money's involved. She just likes playing the game. And when you're in a casino, she likes to play their different games. And she loves to get the bonuses and stuff. And she goes in there with $35 and she comes back out with less than 35 or more than 35. And it's not about the money for her. So I think she's got it completely under control. And I think there's a lot of people like her. So if they want to go and do this for entertainment, God bless their pointy little heads. If they got the scratch to do it, go for it. It's not for me.
And it's keeping it on the gambling mode. The 3 casinos in Massachusetts said on the first day of sports betting being legal, the 3 combined pulled in $500,000. They got that right?
One day.
$500 million.
Oh, and it wasn't even a
In
full
one
day.
day,
They didn't,
right.
day.
They didn't start till 10 a.m.
10 in the morning. Yeah. I don't know when they stopped. Maybe they went 24 hours. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
whatever.
But yeah.
But then the state, the Commonwealth, got
Mm.
$10,000 for doing nothing.
Yeah.
Just
Right.
there it
Yes,
is.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
So it makes you wonder how many people that went to Plain Ridge to bet were going to Bally's before to bet and say,
Sure.
nope, it's a lot closer now, so we're going to stay here.
Yep. Yep. And that's the point. Well, I mean, we're
Whatever.
such a small state.
And any business, wants to do the best
Oh, yeah.
they can. They want to increase their revenues. They want to
Revenues all
get
the time.
bigger. They want
Yeah.
to, that's a natural thing in business. If you don't do it, then you have problems in business. So they're looking at what people in other jurisdictions are doing, and they're saying, "Hey, boy, could we do that here? Well, let's run it up the flagpole and see if we can do it."
Yep. And besides
And
the
it's a whole lot easier decision in Massachusetts because they take less
Yeah.
of the till
Than they do in
in
Rhode Island.
In Rhode Island, what is it, 63% I heard last time that Rhode Island takes from the gambling?
Yeah, it depends on the game, but yeah.
Wow.
A 63% tax.
Yeah, pretty high.
Would you want to run a business that way?
No, no.
But somebody does, and
Yep.
it's Bally's right now, and they're looking for new ways to bring in their 37%.
Yeah. Makes you wonder of that $500,000 that the three casinos brought in. How much of that money was illegal bets on the college basketball games that they shouldn't have accepted
Well,
bets on?
The way I
Yeah, I
heard
don't
some
think
more
you can-
in-depth reporting on that,
Yeah.
because they did report to the Gaming Commission. We caught this.
Yes,
we
all
were
three.
taking bills. Right, we were taking bets. and it was wrong. But
Sorry about
it's
that.
because the way it was explained, the way I heard it was that it's because there's a whole genre of sports betting.
Yeah.
And that people will just pop up and make bets. It may not be something you said, I'm taking bets on this. Somebody just pops up to you and says, I'm placing a bet on this. And
But
and they took bets that were prohibited.
Right.
And they did it for about a half an hour until somebody in a suit noticed it and said, wait a minute.
the people should have been told to say if someone comes up and puts a bet on Boston College, you cannot take the bet. It's illegal.
You would think so.
And even the machine should have said,
Right. There should be some
this
kind of
can't-
stopgap.
This can't be
right.
done.
Right.
We're not allowing
Faulty
this.
software.
So, but
But they caught
anyway.
it, and then they reported it. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I say there's no
Okay.
points off for that.
And Bob Lauder yesterday said, it's a win-win for except for the casino, because if you placed a bet and won, they not have to. They should pay you,
They should.
or else they're going to be a lawsuit. And if you lost, you should get your money back because they shouldn't have taken a bet in the first place. So it's a win-win for the bettors on that situation.
I guess
At least
so.
Theoretically.
He thought so. It's time.
Theoretically.
Yeah, it's time to take a break on the Coffee and program. So we're gonna give it back over to Dave for a quick little second message from the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce.
Thank you, Joe. Really quick, 334-1000. They won't answer the phone right now, but in a mere 43 minutes from now, they will be answering the phone at 334-1000. Talk to the folks at the Chamber and find out how the Chamber can help you. Even if it's just a little side hustle, you care about business. Because believe me, there's folks out there with part-time jobs in Providence who really don't care as much about your business as you do. They have other priorities, and you should be made aware of this. And you should have a friend at court who can speak on your behalf. 334-1000, Northern Rhode Island Chamber brings you this portion of Coffee and every Friday morning. Joe?
Thanks, Dave. More coffee ads coming up. Please stay tuned.
For an Allstate agent, providing protection options that fit your life is something they take, well, personally. Allstate agents are committed to learning about your needs and helping customize protection to meet them. From bundling your home and auto insurance with ease to evaluating optional coverage, your Allstate agent can help build an insurance proposal that fits your life. And just as important as learning what you need is learning what you don't. Because helping you get coverage you want with savings you deserve is what Allstate is all about. It's time to get coverage that's catered to you. Are you in good hands? Call Kara and Celeste Benjamin at the Benjamin Agency. One agency, two locations in North Smithfield and Bellingham. One telephone number, 765-5000. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
The Coffee and Panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee in Pawtucket. They're a 62-year-old family business that roasts all its coffee right here in Rhode Island. Founded originally as Excellent Coffee Company, they provide great coffee to food service establishments throughout New England. It is Coffee and here on ON AM and FM. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan here with Melissa Murray and Dave Richards as well. And while this story will just not go away, down in Pawtucket, we had the police officer that was off duty and shot at the kids down in West Greenwich in the pizza parking lot. He was found not guilty, but now the city, mostly
He
the
kind
mayor,
of lost it when they flipped him off.
well, yeah, but now the mayor, Don Grabian, and I'm not sure who else in Pawtucket, want him fired.
And an
We don't like the way
independent
you acted.
lawyer advising the mayor.
To fire him?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. The mayor said in consultation with the outside council, firing Dolan, his name is Daniel Dolan, is the appropriate course of action.
Right.
But now he'll have the police union behind him trying to keep his job.
Since
right?
the 90s, everybody's familiar
Yeah.
with the fact that you have criminal charges and then you have civil charges. Mm-hmm. Well, kind of like that here. You have criminal charges, which the officer survived, and then there's going to be charges within the department because every department has its own discipline.
Internal
And
investigation. Yeah.
Internal investigation with internal affairs. And this is right and good. It keeps police officers accountable for what they do. And even though if it wasn't criminal, if it's against department policy, they don't want that guy working for them anymore. And so that's what they're doing now.
Grabian says that even though there's a lack of criminality, it doesn't mean the officer's conduct was appropriate, and that's why he wants
Right.
them gone.
That's saying the same thing, isn't
Right.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think,
Yeah,
Melissa? You
I mean,
agree?
I do. I think it needs to be looked into further from a municipal level because do you really want someone who's going to fly off the handle that easily and, off
Yeah,
duty?
he lost it when they flipped him off.
Yeah. It's
But he observed. He is a uniformed police officer, out of uniform at the time.
Right.
But he's a sworn police officer, and he observed them. Does anybody remember they were doing like 100 miles an hour down 95? Whiffed right by him. Mm-hmm. So he observed a crime being committed, and he tried to hold them accountable, and they disrespected him, and then he pulled his service
So he got-
revolver.
so he got upset.
It
That
got
wasn't the service
elevated
revolver.
very quickly, right? So he was not in uniform. He was outside of his jurisdiction.
Right.
But he did say he was a cop, though, right? Didn't he?
Yeah, he identified himself as a cop, but they didn't believe him or they didn't
Well,
care.
right. I mean,
Or you
They
say-
I'm a cop.
disrespected them.
How okay. I mean, if someone stopped me and they said, "Oh, I can
Yeah.
stop you. I'm a cop," and they weren't in a uniform, and
But they should show a badge. Don't they have to carry it on them at all times?
I
No.
I don't think so.
No.
No, but
Not when they're off
they are
duty.
obliged to carry a
A gun
firearm
at all times.
because they are authorized to carry a concealed weapon because
Yeah.
they're a police officer. They're obliged, and they don't carry it every minute or family gatherings and stuff like that. But if they're out and about, they will usually have a weapon. Now, what I would have done if I were, based on the small training I've had, and talking to people, if it were my situation and I saw that and I felt that I could take action safely, and I got them off to the side, I would stand there and identify myself. I am a police officer from Pawtucket. I have a weapon here. I want you to stay there and don't move while I call a police officer
Yeah.
in this jurisdiction to come and assist me.
Right.
I'm making a citizen's arrest, but I'm a sworn police officer. And if they then try to drive away, I wouldn't step in front of their car. I would point the weapon at that time and say, if you move, number one, I could shoot you. Number two, I've got your license plate number and you're going nowhere because I'm calling the cops. Now stay right there. Either way, you have done everything that you're authorized to do as a citizen and as a police officer, and you haven't endangered them and you haven't endangered yourself.
So if I were theoretically,
But he lost it.
Yeah.
right.
He did the Callahan thing. I'm sorry, Dirty Harry thing.
Dirty Harry. Okay. Glad to
So
listen.
if I were if I were just speeding like 90 miles an hour, I don't think my car could go 100. Just saying, I would be shaking.
Not right now without brakes.
Not right now, but it's in the shop. Disclaimer. But if I were driving 90 miles an hour, and the same situation, on officer without uniform, off duty, in his own car, outside of and he's from like I don't know Narragansett or whatever, pulls me over and says, "I'm a police officer. You need to stay right there." And I look at this guy, and
You're
he's
gonna
in
believe
plain
him.
clothes,
Yeah.
and he pulls a gun on me, and I'm a single woman in a car, what am I going to do? I'm not getting out of the car. I'm locking the door and say,
Sure.
but if he pulls a gun on me, I would probably try to drive away. I'd be scared. So, I mean, I can see how.
Do you think you do that? You know what I might do? If they do that and
I
they
wanna see
hold
your
you
badge.
there, I'm going to pick up my phone and I'm going to
call the police.
911.
They actually tell you to do that.
I'm
Yeah.
actually going to. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I would absolutely call 911, and I'd be like,
That
"There's a
I'm
weird
being
man
held
here."
by someone who tells me he's a police officer, and they have a gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need police assistance immediately. Mm-hmm. It may be coming from the same department if the guy's legit.
Sure.
If the guy's not legit, you've called the cops and he knows they're coming.
They even tell you to do that if you're in a driving and you're in a dark area. Okay, I'm being followed by a police officer. I'm driving to a certain place that's more lighted.
Yes.
Can you please let the cop know I'm not running from him, kind of thing.
Okay.
So
well,
so they do less.
Hopefully, you would have enough
But
yeah,
Dave,
time to do that.
Dave, you
but-
explained your situation and the way you do it, and you did it all logically. Of course, in the heat of the moment,
Yeah,
who
you're
knows
not
what
always
you're gonna
Emotions are-
do?
100%,
Yeah.
you're not logical. Right.
Right,
Got
right.
it.
So okay, so we'll see what, and it's a great question, and we have to save it for Chief Oates. He's going to be here in about 3 weeks.
Cool.
Do off-duty officers need to carry their badge with them at all times? I would love to know the answer for that. So I'll have to write that down and actually keep it in a safe place so I don't lose it.
Could be.
and actually ask him when he's here. All right,
The
Mo-
rooster's here.
Yes, I saw. Rich Lane will be joining us in just a few minutes. Okay, no more on-street dining in the north end of Boston.
Not this year, you mean?
Well, this year.
They're not going to allow it this year.
Yeah.
And it's because they shutting down the tunnel and they say the streets are going to be crowded.
Well, they're crowded anyway. Have you been up there?
Yeah,
They're
right.
about 3 feet wide.
Yeah.
I don't know how you get a car down those streets. But yeah, the closure of the Sumner Tunnel. And why are they closing the Sumner Tunnel?
Because they
They
can't.
got to fix it?
It's Sumner time.
Anyway, the outdoor dining program was created in 2020 because of the coronavirus, and needed people to get out and try to eat and save the restaurants, kind of thing. So that's what they did. But this time, no, at least not in the north end. We'll see what they have to do in other parts of the city. Maybe we'll have to go down to Southie and eat down there.
There is a bill to make it permanent here.
Permanent no eating outside
Eating outside, yes.
is okay.
Yes, yeah.
Anywhere in the state?
It would probably depend on your municipality. I think it's enabling legislation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but I think it's great. People got really creative and okay, they took up 1 or 2 or 3 parking spots with almost like they call it a parklet where they, put curbs in there and they put some tables and chairs in there. I mean, we didn't have for our state, and all of the beautiful places that we have, we didn't have a lot of outdoor dining.
Right. Yeah.
And when I lived in Atlanta, every restaurant had outdoor
Outside.
dining.
Yeah.
And I was just so, when I
Same too
moved
down
here.
in Florida. I spent some time down there.
Oh,
we went to
yeah.
a diner, and they added to their capacity by 1/3 by going out on the sidewalk.
Yep. And now, okay, why not just keep it? If the weather is nice and people want to do it, you can add to your capacity.
Sure.
Providing that you have enough employees that you can find to hire, which is a whole different problem.
That's a marketplace decision. If you're
Yeah.
not getting service in a timely manner, then you
Sure.
just won't go anyway.
But I think it's great, and I love how people have been innovative, and especially right here in our city, like Kay's, how they've
With the igloos.
Well,
the
Dave went
igloos
over the
and
top with
he
this.
did,
across the
but,
street. He got a side. He got a crosswalk in, a curb cut. He put in stairs. He took the entire corner of the parking lot and marked
Right.
it off with
But
immovable objects, so everybody's safe there.
right. And I've
Really.
never had a problem finding a parking space there.
No, there's plenty enough in the
Yeah,
back.
sure.
Rich Elaine is joining us at the coffee and table. Hi
The
there, Rich.
Rooster.
Good morning. Good morning.
morning.
Nice to have you with us. See the bees last night?
I most certainly did.
5-0 shutout by the Bruins. So hey,
Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
they're moving in the right direction, Rich.
Absolutely.
They
We'll
sure
see
are.
what happens before the trade deadline gets here.
That's-
Though they're gonna have to add something up front. Hopefully, because you don't know what Bergeron's gonna do, and you don't know what Krejci's gonna do. Somebody's got to replace him.
We'll see. It's time for the forecast right now, which is being brought to you by Unbound.org.
A 90% chance of showers today, mainly after 10 a.m. Patchy fog, high of 61, and a south wind gusting to 40 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly cloudy, gradually becoming clear. Overnight low of 22, still breezy from the northwest. Saturday's weather sunshine and 41. Sunday, mostly cloudy and 47. Sunday night, a chance of showers. Washington's birthday Monday, a chance of showers all day, 40% chance. Cloudy with a high of 52. Tuesday, back to the sunshine and 45. Wednesday, 40% chance of showers, partial sunshine with a high of 50. And on Thursday, a 50% chance of showers, mostly cloudy with a high of 50.
Currently outside the Navigate Credit Union broadcast studio on the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street with the clouds, we have 53 degrees. A girl in Kenya dreams of becoming a doctor. An elder in Guatemala dreams of being part of a community. Reach out and change the world, and it will change your own. Unbound.org.
Hi, this is Steve Peluso, owner of Peluso Precision Automotive in Mendon. Since 2017, Peluso Precision Automotive has been your destination for auto care, transmissions, and general classic car repair. I've had a passion for classic cars since I was born, and I started hanging around a gas station when I was 7 years old. Plus, I have more than 40 years of experience repairing the classics. So if you have a 53 Bel Air, or a 67 Mustang, or a 71 Dodge, and it needs servicing, bring it to Peluso Precision Automotive, 93 Blackstone Street in Mendon. Peluso Precision Automotive is your vintage car specialist, so give us a call at 508-478-8900. And remember the number, it's 508-478-8900.
Are you looking for solutions to meet your business banking needs? At Milford Federal, the longest standing community bank in the area, they offer customized solutions for commercial lending, cash management, online banking, and payment processing services. Their business banking team is committed to the growth and success of your business with local decision making and a relationship-based approach. Let Milford Federal be your banking partner. Visit them at milfordfederal.com today. Milford Federal Bank, our community, your bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, and MLS number 465956.
Here's what's coming up next. Greatest Hits USA.
Hey, this is Chuck Matthews on Greatest Hits USA. And coming up this weekend, we're going to answer the following questions. Who did not want to be a lead singer? What group had funny haircuts? And who had the #1 record this week in 1964? Find out. Turn it up this weekend right here.
Greatest Hits USA.
This portion of the Coffee and Program is sponsored by the Valley Breeze newspaper.
Since its founding in 1996, the Valley Breeze has been the trusted source for local news in the Blackstone Valley. Our readers and advertisers understand that shining a light on all aspects of our communities and doing it with some of the best local journalism anywhere makes these cities and towns better places to live in. We believe that truth has value and should triumph over rumors and misinformation. See valleybreeze.com or any of our 5 editions for more on how you can be part of this local news success story.
All right, Coffee in here on ON, AM, and FM. This is Joe Callahan here with Rich Lane and Melissa Murray and Dave Richards. And
funny stuff. You know, the Valley Breeze, we always like to talk about the Valley Breeze. If you're looking at the Cumberland edition, they've got the Noshawn Mill developers offering a new proposal for all residential. That's from Ethan Shorey in the Cumberland and Lincoln edition. And, of course, Rhode Island Sports Book brings in big numbers. Bally's expands. Sophia Barr has a story on that. Plus, really great stuff here on the Cumberland Lincoln edition. But what I really wanted to show everybody this morning is the North Smithfield, Blackstone, and Woonsocket edition of the Valley Breeze newspaper. Nice story in here from North Smithfield. The Water Supply Review Commission talks about goals, and then the residents work to keep the Globe Park going. Excuse me. Bless you.
Bless you.
What did the Pope say? God bless you. That's is the proper
Gesundheit.
proper. Yes. No, actually, no. He was God bless you. He didn't like Gesundheit. It was a papal bull back in the year 600. You didn't know that? That's how we got God bless you.
Yeah, the Pope
Okay.
Because
said so.
the Pope said so. All right. And, of course, a story from Ethan Shorey about Garrett Mancieri, frustrated as motion to streamline is put off. Read all about it in the Valley Breeze newspapers, free where you shop. But here's what we really want to talk to you about. It's really kind of a fun thing going on here. On the front page of the North Smithfield, Blackstone, and Woonsocket Valley Breeze newspaper is this great picture. King Jace unmasked from last Sunday night at Savini's Pomodoro restaurant. And there is Queen Tabitha with her arm raised triumphantly in the air. And a little story there. And right next to her, King Jace, she is just unmasked. And they have an ad for Rise Prep stuck over Well, they do that on all the editions. They have those
Yeah.
stick-on ads, and they're very easy to take off again afterwards. But it stuck right over Adam Brunetti's face as King Jace. And what I thought was so cool about that is what Adam, upon seeing that, posted in social media. Joe, you saw it.
On his own Facebook page, he says, "You get to unmask me again."
On the Valley Breeze.
On the
front
Valley
page of
Breeze.
the Valley
So
Breeze.
Go on and mask me every
So,
time you
shall
pick
we?
up the breeze.
There
Sure.
we go.
And there he
And there
is.
And what a great picture Charlie Lawrence took, too.
It is a great.
With the triumphant look on Tabitha's face and the really happy smile from Adam.
Well, he wanted that beard off, so he was pretty happy.
Oh,
about that.
yes. So there's certainly relief with that, that's for sure. Very good. Well, thanks so much.
All right,
Valley
thanks,
Breeze.
All
Rich,
right.
what's going on at the Post?
A little bit of a slow period, like, this time of year, but a couple of things. I know on March the 3rd, which is 2 weeks from today, we are having a Christine Boland. She's a local musician. She's played a lot of the local pubs around here. Very, very good singer, acoustic guitar. And I believe it's Don the Banjo Man she brings with her. And they do a heck of a good job. But they're going to be down at Post 85 on March the 3rd. They're going to start right around 7 o'clock at night and go for 3 or 4 hours. And another good thing about that is that that evening from 6 to 8 p.m., we have a caterer down there, Scott Overton. Scott's going to be putting out a smorgasbord type of a buffet. And that's going to be $15 a head for all you can eat. So if you want to come down and listen to some good music on March the 3rd and have a nice meal, that's when to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise than that, we're looking forward to the spring. We're going to do a lot of landscaping up by the memorial there. A lot of good things are going to be happening. In fact, at this Sunday's meeting, I'm going to put a proposal up that we get our color guard going. Buy some uniforms. We got a color guard going here in Woonsocket for our veterans, but all sorts of little things in the planning. Let's put it that way. But we're really looking forward to the spring, and of course,
Good.
Purple Up, and that's something I want to talk to you about, Joe. Afterwards, there maybe getting the date that we can get the president of the auxiliary in here right before Purple Up, and have her run down everything that they got planned for our military kids in April. So, but that's about it.
All right.
We're looking forward to all the bands coming back this summer, so that's going to be a lot of fun too. So,
All right,
please,
great.
please get us your schedule as soon as you have it, and we post it on our website. We post it on our Facebook page.
Wonderful.
Under
Yep.
our event calendar.
Oh,
So
we have
there's
that.
we have an event calendar. We don't promote
Have
it
you
enough.
seen it?
We don't promote
Oh,
it
yeah.
enough.
I'm writing a promo for that.
Yeah,
I noticed. I am so proud of this.
it's
and I don't mind
well
saying
populated.
did you just start I mean, it's
well, we
been
started
there,
it
but
last year. We started
Yeah,
it last
a few
year.
months ago.
But if you go there and why is Dave's column still there? I haven't done that in 2 years, since before the pandemic. But if you go to the website,
He's a little cleaning up, but that's okay.
yeah, look for it. It's
Top left.
is it there? Oh, yeah, the event cal. Yeah, I have this thing going with our web manager, Paul Pelletier. He keeps changing the order of the links, so I can't find them. But I guess trying to keep me on my toes. But anyway, the event calendar. Folks, I have never been so proud of a feature on our website as I am of this calendar. It is hot. You want to know what's coming up. You want to know what you could do for excitement, or you got friends coming, or hey, it's school vacation week next week. Yikes on a stick. We got the stuff here for you. Just go right in there and you can see stuff coming up in the next couple of weeks. Winter Blues Beach Party. You hear about that?
Oh yeah, it's fun.
Serious. Live music at Club Lafayette is coming up also. That's tomorrow. Northern Ireland Council of the Arts Mardi Gras. It's all right here. And open mic auditions at the Stadium Theater. Elderberry syrup making class, which is sold out. Where is that? That's the Honey Shop. Sold out. Zeppola making classes.
Oh yeah, St. Joseph's
The
Day
Easter
coming
egg
up.
hunt coming up with the city. And Salute the Spring, Bonjour Printemps. And the fishing derby and Purple Up Comedy Night on Saturday, April 15th.
Yeah.
It's right here.
Oh, I was
Look
on
at
top of that.
Look at that.
On the events calendar at wonsocketradio.com.
Well,
Yeah, and-
wonderful. We're going to add a couple of more things to that, too.
Yep. Just get us the info. We're happy to post it, and then
This is dynamite, and it's so inclusive. I love it.
yeah, it's a little bit is like social clubs and city events and local events. And if there's linked to tickets, if it's a ticketed event, you can click on the link and it goes right to the tickets website. And if you have events that you would like to share with us, events
Sure.
at wonsocketradio.com.
Perfect.
That's the email. It's very simple.
It is.
Alrighty. Other things that are going on, the DCU Center in Worcester is replacing their 12,000 seats, taking them all out, putting
Yeah.
all new ones in. It's going to cost $7 million.
Is that all?
Is that all? Yeah, well, there you go. Bids will be sought in the future for replacements for the 3,000 floor chairs. That's coming up later. All of the DCU Center upgrades are being funded by a special taxing district around the arena and not through property taxes. I don't know if that's a good thing then for Worcester. So, I just remember when the Civic Center, Dunkin' Donuts Center, AMP did this. And remember they had blue and red seats, and they took them all out when they did the renovations down there and put in all black seats. And when they showed it on TV, he said, I can't see the seats. They're all black.
Yeah.
See where they are. So I'm like, kind of like the blue and red. But I don't know why they're
I always
replacing
go.
them.
It's always going to be the Civic Center.
It is going to be the Civic Center. We're in that age group, Melissa.
I was just about to say you can see it. You can know how old I am because I'm like it's always going to be
Mm-hmm.
the Civic Center.
But if they want to replace the seats, well, okay. Maybe they'll make them more comfortable. Not that I complain about any of the seats there, but oh well.
Well,
That's
you're
what
not really
goes there.
paying attention to your seats when you're watching the monster trucks with your daughter, right? That's the last time I went to the DCU Center, and that wasn't the only time, but last time I was there is for the monster trucks with Nicole.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a while ago then, huh?
It certainly was, because she's 40 now, as of last
And
Friday.
you don't take her to the monster
and she
trucks
was just
anymore,
a young girl when she wanted to go see the monster trucks.
She wanted to go, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She enjoy herself.
Yeah, we used to go racing. We used to go to the races.
Yeah,
at
but races
Thompson.
and monster trucks are it's different. It's a different event.
Well, I suppose so. One's indoor, one's outdoor.
Well, no, I mean
But
the
she used to
cars
pick
go in
the
a circle, but
she used to pick the winning cars by the color.
Yeah, okay.
You know,
But the monster trucks crush other cars, that kind of thing.
In my younger days, I was a local roadie at DCU Center.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So they
That's
call
a
you
hard
when,
job.
when the bands come in.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah,
hard
yeah,
job.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. I
Seeing the bands?
You got a chance to. I actually we're talking Worcester, right?
Yeah.
The DCU Center
Yeah.
in Worcester, yeah. And actually, back in the days when the old rock and roll band Boston,
Yeah.
Tom Schultz, Brad Delp, all those guys were
Yeah.
were together. They did a 9-show performance.
Yeah.
And Tom Schultz liked basketball. So what they did is in the area behind the stage where they have all the trucks and stuff come in, they had
Set up a hoop.
set up a hoop because they were there for 9 nights. And
9 nights.
we're up there and we're out back playing basketball.
So you play basketball with Brad?
Yeah, with Tom Schultz.
Tom? Well, that's
yeah,
really
with Tom,
cool.
With Tom, yeah. And but yes, a lot of good shows there. Even if I wasn't working, they'd let you come in the side because you were one of the workers.
Yeah.
You stood off to the side and actually got to see the shows and
That's
and
great.
some of the artists. I won't say which ones were real jerks.
I'm sure some are.
And
some are
but
nice.
one of the first shows I did there, believe it or not, was Prince.
Was you? Yeah.
Look at Melissa's
look-
shirt.
I know.
Prince shirt.
Put the camera on. Put the camera on, Melissa.
Yeah. Melissa's
shirt,
got a
Prince
print
shirt.
shirt on, but in fact, I had my daughter at the time was she just she couldn't have much more than 5 or 6 years old. And I had a tambourine that I got from the Prince tambourine.
Did he
I don't know if she's still.
Did he sign it?
Melissa, if she still
would've
has it, I'll bring it
keeled
in
over.
for you.
I could never ask you to do that, but that would be like the most amazing thing
I
ever.
don't think it's still hanging around, to be honest with you.
Did he
but-
did he sign it?
No,
No,
it
he
was
just got it from
It
the
doesn't
band.
matter.
He was very
He touched it.
I touched it.
Did you get a chance to meet him?
No, he was.
All right.
He was very. I remember the security
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
a lot.
one thing
Yeah.
for him, and like he was very
Well, shy.
Yeah.
not shy, but he was like afraid that everybody was.
After
It
him,
must have his personality or
Yeah,
something. But
okay.
he was very afraid people were going to. He had a ton of security always around him.
Yeah.
No, he'd walk out of the dressing room. I actually got a chance to meet Dolly Parton though and say hi.
They always
Oh,
say
that's
she's
great.
nice.
She's very what a sweetheart of a
Yeah.
lady she is too.
She's a good
but,
person.
Yeah, but it was just a lot of fun back in the time.
Wow, that's
It
cool.
really
That's
was.
that's a cool
Good
job.
memories.
All right, we're going to take a break here at the Coffee and program. This segment of Coffee and has been sponsored by the Valley Breeze newspaper.
Since its founding in 1996, the Valley Breeze has been the trusted source for local news in the Blackstone Valley. Our readers and advertisers understand that shining a light on all aspects of our communities and doing it with some of the best local journalism anywhere makes these cities and towns better places to live in. We believe that truth has value and should triumph over rumors and misinformation. See valleybreeze.com or any of our 5 editions for more on how you can be part of this local news success story.
When you're looking for the best steak sandwich in Woonsocket, look no further than Kay's Restaurant on Cass Avenue. Their juicy and tender steak is cooked to perfection and piled high on a fresh roll with all the fixings. But the steak sandwich is just the beginning. The Kay's Restaurant menu is packed with other delicious options like comforting soups and salads and specials every single day. And the friendly staff at Kay's Restaurant will ensure you have a dining experience unlike any other. So come on down to Kay's Restaurant on Cass Avenue in Socket today and try their mouth-watering steak sandwich. You won't be disappointed. Kay's Restaurant, where every bite is a celebration.
When you install a garage door, don't forget the safety factor. Woonsocket Door Sales suggests you visit their website at woonsocketdoorsales.com and read about all the new technology available to make your garage and your home safe. In addition to your vehicles, your garage may store valuable tools and equipment. It may also have access to your home. Their website also features a variety of designs and comments about satisfied customers. Woonsocket Door Sales in Cumberland, 767-3448. They install, repair, and service all types of garage doors for commercial and residential.
You can depend on us for public service. ON Radio.
All right, Coffee and here on ON Radio. Joe Callahan along with Dave Richards, Melissa Murray, Richard Lane is here as well. And we all remember Deflategate, right? With the New England Patriots.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Well, New Jersey has their own overinflategate going on. And this is the story. A Jersey Shore amusement games operator has been banned for 10 years by the state attorney general, Matt Platkin. He announced amusement operator Christine Struthers has been banned and fined. She has been overinflating the basketballs. You know, you shoot baskets, try to win the stuffed teddy bear.
Yeah.
Well, she's overinflating them and now when they hit the rim, they're gonna bounce away really, really quickly. So therefore, you pay your money, and she collects the money and doesn't give out any prizes unless the ball comes in perfectly. So yeah, that's violating regulations down there. They discovered several basketballs inflated by as much as 3 times, which can unfairly impact someone's chance of winning because the ball can bounce erratically. Platkin said every person who plays an amusement park game in the state deserves a fair shot at winning a prize, and he added the Jersey Shore is one of the biggest draws in the state for families, so they're ensuring people aren't being scammed out of their hard-earned money.
And I bet you that's the first time it's ever happened to
Yeah.
him, right?
Everyone has a racket. Everyone has a racket.
Why-
All
why-
of those people who didn't win the giant teddy bear.
Well, I always looked at those basketball games, and I never thought of the ball being overinflated. I always looked at the rim. I go, the rim doesn't look round; it looks oblong. I go, the ball can't even fit. So I never bothered.
Tweak it a little bit, yeah.
So, so I never tried. So
See, that's where
I always
you-
thought those games were a scam anyway.
That's where you bring that little pin that goes inside the inflator for the basketballs, a little pin. That's where you bring yours with you and just let some air out. And now I'll shoot the basketball and watch the...
The only one I ever tried, not that I tried, I actually saw someone else do this and was smart. It's one of those where you throw the baseball and we'll get your speed.
Yeah.
And you had to guess how fast you could throw the ball. And people up there, and they're firing, they never get it right. One guy walked up and goes 20 miles an hour, and he underhanded it.
There you go.
And he won. Who says you have to throw it fast?
There you go.
Right.
All you had to do was guess the speed that you threw it at, and he threw it slow. And he won. Remember that next time you're at a carnival and they got the speed for the baseball thing going. All right, from the no one wants this department. Ready? McDonald's is introducing plant-based chicken nuggets.
Well, I'm all over that.
Luckily, though, for us, they're starting in Germany to see how it goes. All right. Fast food.
Faux chicken nuggets.
They're going to be called McPlant Nuggets.
That doesn't even sound
Doesn't that sound
appetizing.
lousy? I know. It sounds like they're going to be green, you know?
Well, in the United States, don't they have a different euphemism for
For what?
beefless hamburgers?
Impossible
Oh,
burgers,
Impossible,
I've called.
yeah. But
Yeah,
that's,
right.
That's owned by Burger King, I think.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, is it really? Yeah.
Yeah, the Impossible Burger, that's probably licensed by Burger King.
So this will be available to German customers beginning February 22nd, as will plant-based cheeseburgers. McDonald's worked with Beyond Meat, that's the company that makes these things,
Okay.
to create the
Beyond
plant
meat, God.
to create the plant patties, which have already been permanently added to the menu in the UK and Ireland and Austria and the Netherlands. So they must be selling.
See, what's next?
What's
it's
next?
like all these cricket, how they're talking about going to, like, you can eat bugs and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
That's what's coming up next. You're going to see, like, infused with crickets.
That's
and
good protein,
Oh, yeah. Take
Grasshoppers.
crickets. Yeah,
I've eaten grasshoppers.
Have you?
Multiple times. Yeah.
Chocolate dip? Don't they?
Not chocolate dipped,
No?
but
How's grasshopper?
in guacamole.
Yeah?
When I was in Mexico, and then there's a place in Providence that has it as also, but they were
But are they really fresh?
but they were
grasshoppers?
they were overcooked because
How do you know?
they're kind of taste like nutty. It had like a nutty flavor, crunchy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
See, the only thing
I'm
I've
an
done-
adventurous eater, but when I hear about
yes.
like a fake chicken nugget, like there's no adventure in that.
The closest I've came is a worm out of a tequila
Oh
bottle.
yeah, so
bottle,
you
all
can't
right.
do
That's
that.
about as close as I've come.
Yeah.
So-
All right.
Being a Marine, that's a rite
Protein.
of passage, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
It's just protein.
So far, no word on if the plant-based nuggets and burgers are coming to the U.S., so we're safe for at least a while. Meanwhile, their rival chain, Chick-fil-A, they're starting to test cauliflower version of its chicken sandwich to try to be more healthy.
I've had, cauliflower. What is it that you make? I
Pizza
know what
crust.
I get. The pizza crust.
Yeah, not bad.
I thought it was great.
If you
I
like
really
thin,
liked it.
if you like thin crust pizza, it's
It was
perfect.
really,
I
really
like thin
good.
crust pizza.
There you go, and
See?
it's supposed to be better.
You ever
for
try
you.
that, Dave? The cauliflower
No.
for the crust? It's delicious.
It's not bad.
Really
not bad.
is.
It's not bad.
They also make cauliflower like mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
I've
You can
made
whip
those
them
too.
up. Yeah, how does that come out?
I mean, they're not bad
Not
if
bad.
you're like,
Okay.
oh, this is a cauliflower side dish. But if you're expecting mashed potatoes, that's not what you're
It's a
going to
dessert.
get.
Oh, all right.
But it's
I'm
yeah.
expecting mashed
We're-
potatoes.
Right. If you're expecting like this is going to taste like mashed potatoes, the consistency
No.
is just not the same. And I've tried to make. I've had cauliflower pizza crust
Mm-hmm.
that was store bought, and it was great. But I've tried to make my own, and like
Tough?
it's
Right.
yeah. You
Well,
have to
you
get all the liquid out, and
Just
if you
perfect, yeah.
don't, then
That it's soggy.
it's really soggy. I don't recommend it.
But actually, when you stop and consider it now, I'm the kind of person who on a pizza likes a lot of toppings.
Yeah.
You know.
So it can't be like a wet crust.
Well, see, for me, the crust on a pizza is a delivery method. It's a delivery device to get the toppings into my mouth. It's seriously, and without dribbling it all down my shirt. Although that happens too. There are some pizza companies that put stuff in the crust so that you like the crust better because they want to give you more crust. And that's kind of nice. I've never had those kind of pizzas because I do like the thinner crusts and like that. But,
All right.
If we go down and get the Ollie Special, it's not the crust I'm looking to eat.
You want the toppings.
I want
Gotcha.
the toppings, anchovies, and all.
All
Very
right.
important question, though. Pineapple.
No.
I've had pineapple and ham on a pizza, and it's great. I don't mix pineapple with my Ollie Special.
No pineapple on pizza.
Sounds like it's probably wise.
All right. Who's got the sweet tooth? Who's looking for chocolates?
Well,
No?
I do have a sweet tooth.
I have dietary complications, but
I love
perhaps
chocolate.
Melissa likes them.
I love chocolate.
I bring it up because Nestle is raising their prices.
Again.
Again is right. Yep. They didn't meet profit forecasts last year due to ingredients costing more. So they're raising their prices. And they raised their costs in 2022 by more than 8%. Doesn't say how much these are going to go up by this time.
Oh, yeah. Everything's
So
going up 10 to 10,
your
11,
Nestle
8%.
Crunch is going to be 76
You ought to see our
cents.
FCC taxes.
Well,
Yeah.
did you see the report they had the other day? And it's true. I saw it on TV, and so I'm not talking out of turn here. There was they took boxes of the heart-shaped boxes for Valentine's Day.
Right.
You see that on TV? And they measured the box, and they went out to the general public with the heart-shaped boxes, and they said, "How many pieces of chocolate do you think are in this box?" And like people were saying
25,
like 15, 16, 20, things like that.
8.
There were 8 or 9, and when they opened the box, it's all the plastic around
Yeah, the
it.
plastic.
So
is-
what they did is
instead
they
of little-
removed the 8 or 9 pieces of chocolate from the box, and then they put them in there without the plastic, and it might have filled a third of the box. It was like,
Yep.
they were just talking about some of these companies around Valentine's Day deceive the general public by boxing. It was all plastic and.
Yeah, Federal Trade Commission's been a joke for a decade. I don't get it. I mean,
Why they
when
don't
we
do
were
something
growing
about
up,
that?
it was always like, hey, the feds are going to get you for cheating people.
Not anymore.
Well, they said you could tell, there's a little thing on the back of the box that's like hardly enough for you to read.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
That
very
tells you
super-
how many
many
pieces of chocolate are in the box.
But no one reads that.
Yeah, you got to buy a pair of reading
I mean, they get
glasses
you
in
servings. How
order
many
to see it.
servings? One.
One. Yeah.
But that's 3
8,
aisles
10,
away
12,
in the
still one
supermarket,
serving.
right?
Yeah.
The reading glasses
Yeah.
are 3 aisles away.
But the same thing when you, if you grab a bag of potato chips and you open up the bag,
It's like 80% air.
it's all air. Well, there are the chips at the bottom filling up a quarter of the bag.
It's sold by weight, not
That's
by volume.
right.
Yeah,
that's
that's
right.
right.
All right, in Texas, one of their kangaroos has been returned. There was a missing kangaroo in the state.
And they'll tie it down, sport.
Let's see.
Because someone stole it?
Let's see. Brianna LaFleur in Texas says her pet kangaroo Nigel has returned to their home in Granbury, Texas, after 2 days in the wild. No, it just got out. Nigel got scared, jumped a fence while work crews were drilling nearby on Tuesday, and it roamed around Hood County, Texas, until he was found yesterday. LaFleur told the outlet she plans, that's a television station, she plans on building a bigger fence.
There you go.
Kangaroos have huge legs. You better build a 25-foot fence. It just got out and slept outside for a few days. I wonder what it ate. What do kangaroos eat? They're not
The
carnivores, are
No, the vegetarian.
they? Oh, okay.
There was another thing on animals too that I saw the other day, that a dog, and I don't remember what state it was in. It was a dog in a shelter that got adopted. People took it home,
Went back
and
to
the
the
dog
shelter?
escaped.
Go back to the shelter?
Yeah, went back to the shelter. Was scratching
That's-
at the shelter
that's
door.
home.
It's like, no, this is home. Where I was.
I don't want to be there. I
Yeah,
wanna
wasn't
be-
that? Yeah, they had a
Wow.
picture of the dog scratching at the door. And everything. It was pretty.
That's
cute.
cute.
Pretty sad to see.
Oh, it is. That's too bad. It must have been there for a long time.
Yeah,
Say,
yeah,
okay,
you'd
this
think,
is home.
right?
Oh, that's so sad.
So think about this, Melissa. Hawaii lawmakers, all right? They're considering flying homeless people out of the state. The bill is called the Return to Home Pilot Program. For 3 years, the Department of Human Services in Hawaii would pay to return homeless people back to their families in their home states on the mainland. So the state will pay you for your flight. The goal would be to send 500 homeless people back to their home states each year and to reduce Hawaii's homeless population by 2,000 in 4 years. Hawaii had a homeless population of nearly 6,000 in 2022. So it looks like people are going there, trying to make a living, not happening, so whatever happens, and now they're on the streets.
It's-
and now they got no way to get back to California or
It's
Texas or
super
Nebraska.
expensive to live there.
Oh, yeah.
It's problematic. That's so problematic. Okay, so if all the states did this, they were like, okay, we're gonna pay for you to go back to your home state. Wouldn't we all just be trading people, right? I mean,
Right, because
Well,
they'd still be
some
homeless
states-
when they went back to their home state.
Well,
Right.
they're thinking they're going to go back to their families that are in their home state.
Yeah, but I mean, that's a nice thought, but as
These things used to
yeah.
happen decades ago, but now there's zoning laws and housing inspections and stuff like that where you just can't live with family in some cases.
Just too many.
Right.
Yeah.
And a lot of times people are estranged from their family, especially if there's like mental health issues and substance abuse issues, which we know are like intersecting with homelessness. So
But if you think as bigger states are going to have more homeless, so if we take 50 people out of Rhode Island, send them to Texas, how many are going to want to fly to Rhode Island? Maybe 5. So it's a pretty good return on investment for Rhode Island.
I think it's the wrong thing to do.
Okay. Well,
I mean, if you were truly reuniting families and the folks and it's real, okay, but just the assumption that people will just
I want to ride to Florida.
right. I haven't seen my brother in 15 years.
I want a
They
free
haven't-
ride
right? I want a free ride home, and then the brother shows up at your doorstep. I'm here. Like that's presumptuous. So I would hope there'd be a lot more
Well, they're doing it in
human
Hawaii.
service work involved
the-
in that, and not just shipping people out, because that's not going to work.
Well, I know things are different
Okay.
for Hawaii. Remember, they can't walk home.
That's true.
That's right. That's yeah.
That's true.
And can't get on a boat.
Well, so
and-
nobody can walk from here to California either. So
well,
Sure they can.
if they try.
Did
I
you
mean,
ever
it just
watch
take a
Forrest
really
Gump?
long.
Did you ever watch
gosh.
Forrest Gump?
He ran. He ran back and forth.
Well, you could still walk to California. It would take
Theoretically.
you quite some time.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, we got to run. The show's come to an end. Thank you very much for listening, everybody. Dave Richards, thanks for being here.
Oh, it's wonderful. Registration for our Dead Presidents Contest is live right now on the website, wonsocketradio.com.
Very good. Melissa Murray, thanks for being here.
Thank you so much. And remember to send your events to events@onesockeradio.com.
All right, Rich Lane, thanks for stopping by.
Oh, thank you, and I will send my events.
Yes, please do.
There you go.
We got you.
This is Joe Callahan. Have a great day and a great weekend, everyone. Stay tuned for Gary Smith and the crew. Do remember at 9:30.
Including Business of the Day sponsor Steve Peluso.
From Peluso Precision Automotive.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street. This is WOON Woonsocket Radio. Boston-based Fidelity Investments plans to add 4,000 people to its workforce by this summer. Over 1,000 of those jobs will be spread out between Rhode Island